All right, artists, today we're going to be doing one of the most universal and perhaps the oldest techniques used in printmaking called rubbings. They are made usually by carefully pressing paper onto some sort of surface that allows for us to grab that texture. So today we're going to be using leaves. I'll be using about 4 different types of leaves here, but you could really just use about one. Now the first step that we need to do is place our leaf underneath our paper. Then we can take either a crayon or colored pencil and rub it on our paper, holding it nice and steady until you start to see the shape appear. Oh my goodness, look at the beautiful texture coming through. Now you can pretty much just keep repeating this exact same process over and over again. You can overlap your leaves, you can use a variety of different colors, you can even go ahead and grab some different paper. Keep practicing your rubbings. Keep making prints of those leaves. Maybe try out a couple different types of leaves. Now, I chose to use several different types of paper here, so I'm using different colors, as well as the leaves that I'm creating are also some different color schemes. You could choose whatever you have at home, but you're going to want to make sure that you have at least 3 sheets because we're going to be flipping them over to the back and then drawing on them. Now, what exactly are we drawing? Well, friends, we're going to be creating flowers. We've created the texture for the petals as well as the colors, but now we need to actually draw the shapes out. We're going to want to have at least 3 flowers. That's what I'm going to be showing you here. We're going to be drawing the outside layer, the middle layer, as well as we're going to be creating an inside part. Now, I'm going to show you about 3 different ways that you can draw your petals. I usually like to start with a circle in the middle. From there, I will stem out. I'll create 2 curves for this petal, and then I'm going to go ahead and come down. I'm going to repeat that all the way around until my circle has been filled. For the second shape, I'm going to do shorter petals that are just half circles, and again, go around my circle. And again, for the third flower, I'm going to be using longer, more narrow petals. So I'm just going to create really tall ovals and go all the way around my circle. Guess what, friends? I'm going to go ahead and repeat exactly what I just did before. Now, I could be using all the same types of flowers, or if you're like me and you're using 3 different types, you're going to create 1 of each again, okay? We need to have 6 in total. It's also usually a good idea if you can make your second round just a smidge bit smaller than your first round that you did, so when you go to overlap your outside layer with your middle layer, you'll be able to see a slight scale, which means size difference. Time to cut out those flowers. I'm gonna go ahead and skip forward on this a little bit so you don't have to waste your time watching Miss G cut out flowers, but remember, rotate your paper around if you have some shapes that you're maybe having a difficult time with cutting. If you now have 6 petals, you are ready to roll. Next, what we're going to want to do is maybe take some time to overlap them and see which ones look best together. I figured out mine right here. You can see I have 2 on top of each other for 3 flowers total. Alright, so now what I'm going to want to do is grab some of my leftover scrap paper and draw 3 circles. These are going to be the centers. Now remember that brainstorm that we did to come up with some words that we would want to fill in for what the world needs now is? I want you to go ahead and pick 3 of those, and I want you to write those in the center of your flowers. Now some of them may fit straight across, others you may want to get a little bit more creative with your lettering. See how for kindness I'm going around in a circular pattern to fill the word around the edges. And then for change, I'm even combining some lowercase and capital letters and changing the scale, again size, to make it fit in the middle. How could you creatively make your word fit? Once you've written your words, you can go ahead and assemble your flowers together. And that'll be all for this week, artists.